let's call them like moonshots. They're long,
Moonshot.
they're moonshots. They're not guaranteed to work, but there are all kinds of things happening in the state of Texas that could be game changers if they happen. So there's like a Texas stock exchange that
I see.
I don't know
I
if
see.
it's launched or it's been established, but the idea is that a lot of the what is a term for it? A lot of the governance regarding like ESG, the ESG governance in American stock exchanges, like requiring companies, like all kinds of requirements, right? About reporting and like climate reporting and like how many women you have on your board and all those things. They're actually New York state laws. So New York state has a lot of clout when it comes to governance on stock markets because the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ, they're all located
In
in
New York.
the state of New York. And so that's where a lot of those regulations came from. And there are a group of people who were not happy about that, including me. Like I don't think a lot of those things are great for businesses, in spite of being a vegetarian and someone I want to point out that doesn't own a car and rides a bike everywhere. Like it's not like I am some kind of crazy like climate denier, but I'm very into free markets and I'm really into like individual freedom and I'm not into like lots of government intervention. And so I'm supportive of the idea that there'd be a stock market somewhere else that would let companies list and wouldn't force them to abide by a lot of
Right.
these regulations, and which I thought was fine. If companies want to like do those things and they do them, I think that is great. I'm very against forcing people to do things, and it's kind of like my biggest disagreement with a lot of like lefty people I know is that like I support a lot of these ideas. I just do not support forcing people to do things.
There's no room. Okay, that's interesting. So there could be a new stock exchange that's a departure from the the New York Stock Exchange. How does that? Do you think that'll offer founders incentive to list there as well? Uh,
Yeah,
like
right. It's very new. So okay. So this is where it starts to get a little theoretical, right? It's like if I was
like
launching a
theories,
new, yeah.
new
This is the
mm,
fun part, right? The conversation. If I was starting a new stock market, like how would I get people to list on it? Well, I'd make my listing requirements simpler. I'd make them easier. I'd make them like lower barrier to entry. I'd allow smaller companies to list, right? Like go down the list of all the things you
that's
do.
interesting.
Oh, so like if I move to Texas and I've got this like cool SaaS company and we're doing like $100 million in revenue, it's like let's go list on the Texas Stock Exchange and do
Right.
an
Instead
IPO
of
and like
paying millions and
the
millions
cost,
to
yeah, the cost to do to be way lower. It'll be cool. We'll get like the like Lone Star State logo somewhere, right? Like I could see it be like really attractive to startups to want to list on that. And they don't have to actually be in Texas, as far as I understand, right? They could be in California still as well. But I just see this like shift in the center of gravity away from California, right? And that there's people working on things like that. I also think that like costs are lower, so you could get employees. It's easier for them to like. There's some other basic arguments, right? Silicon Valley are expensive, like it's hard to like hire and manage big staff there unless you're like a total rock star, right? Like, unless you're like OpenAI raising 40 billion
40
dollars,
billion. Yeah,
and maybe the best will decide that California is where they need to be for whatever reason, right? But it'll attract a lot of other companies, I think, to places like Texas because it'll be like much more low cost in terms of like operating, which I think is great for entrepreneurship.